Erev Tov, Rabbi. So let's talk about Parashat Zachor. We're going to Bezrat Hashem hear Parashat Zachor very soon. So let's just talk about this a little bit. There's a lot of things to discuss about that, but anyway, we got to know the basics. So they say the Chazal, it said in the Shulchan Aruch that there's only two parshiot, and we hear the Torah all year round. It's all the Rabbanan, the Torah that we hear from the rabbis. It's not from the Torah that we read on Shabbat, Mincha Shabbat, Yom Sheni, Yom Chamishi. It's not from the Torah, these things. The rabbis were metaken to hear these things. What's the reason why were they metaken to read the Torah in the Tzibur? What's the reason why? They said, that if you don't hear the Torah, the Tzibur doesn't read the Torah at least once every 3 days, the Satan is mekatreg, and it accuses people. They say, "Oh, you see, these Jews, they're not osek b'Torah. They're not learning Torah." That's why they decreed the rabbis that we have to read the Torah at least every 3 days. It should not be more than 3 days without reading the Torah. This is the idea, So that's a very important thing. But the thing is, I'll tell you something, that a lot of people don't know this. They think that a person is obligated to hear the Torah in the tzibur. Every person individually, has an obligation. But this is not really true. So what does that mean? The obligation is on the tzibur, not on the individual. So what does that mean? Every tzibur has to bring out the Torah and read it.
What's tzibur?
The community. Jamat. Right? So, every community has to bring out the Torah and read it. But each individual is not obligated to hear the Torah. So why do I tell you that? Because some people don't come, sometimes they don't come. Whatever it is, I don't know, he slept late, he woke up late, I don't know, he was tired, I don't know, all kinds of things, right? Whatever it was. Anyway, he's not obligated to come and hear the Torah. If he didn't hear the Torah, he doesn't get any sin from that. But the tzibur has to take out the Torah. That's the thing, And if they don't, so this is already averah, this is no good. You got to be careful about that. So make sure the tzibur takes it out. But when it comes to individual, no problem. He missed it. Let's say he missed it, he came late, and he didn't hear the Torah. He doesn't have to go to another shul and look for another Torah reading. I missed the Torah. I have to go now to a different synagogue. Hear it over there. No such a thing like that.
Regular parashat?
Yeah, all the parashot throughout the year, right? Except these two, right? We're going to talk about that, but right, the thing is that you don't have to go and look over here. Oh, maybe I missed it, So what? Okay, you missed it, Baruch Hashem. It's okay. Don't worry. You live.
Or Shabbat, during regular day.
All the time. Shabbat, no Shabbat. It's all the same, right? You're not obligated to hear the Torah. But if you're there, in the shul, when they're reading the Torah, you have to give kavod to the Torah. Utnu kavod the Torah. What does that mean? You have to be quiet, not talk when they're reading the Torah. Our friend over here, right, David? He was always telling us, why are you talking when they're reading the Torah? He was always bothering everybody, right, about this, David. The truth is, some people were fighting with him, but he was right, in the sense, right? He's not saying sheker, It's not allowed to talk when you're reading the Torah. It's true. You have to give kavod to the Torah, no talking, until they finish, right? All of them. All the Shavi'i, right? Or the three, whatever it is, right? Whatever. You gotta wait till they all finish. Even Ben Gavra, Le Gavra, right? Even between one aliyah and the other, also there you're not allowed to talk. Even Divrei Torah, by the way, let's say, right, Yonatan, right, is sitting with his father, he tells him some Divrei Torah. Asur to do that, You have to be quiet, even between the aliyot. Not allowed to do that, No Divrei Torah. What you can do is read the Torah silently, right? That's what he does, He's tzaddik, he doesn't mess around. He reads it silently. So that's okay, I remember when I was in Yerushalayim, Maran, I was in the minyan over there with Maran, Rabbi Shalom, and his son, Rabbi Yitzchak, who was the chief rabbi, would come over there, sometimes, as a guest, come in once in a while, So he came in, and I was watching him. What does he do when they're reading the Torah, Big Talmid Chacham like this, you got to watch him. You learn everything by watching them. So I looked at him, what is he doing when they're reading the Torah? When they were reading the Torah, he was listening. But in between, Ben Gavra Le Gavra, what would he do? He had a sefer, on the stender, on his table there, and he would open up the book and read it, but silently, not out loud.
He didn't do Ashkavot?
Huh?
He didn't do Ashkavot?
No, he was just sitting there. He was. He's making me laugh. Okay, so Ashkava Baklava, that's what I say. Okay, so that's what he was doing, So I saw, I said, this guy, he's doing the halakha very nicely. So why does he do that? Why does he have the book bent between one reader and the other? Because it shouldn't be Bitul Torah, just to sit there, like a log, when they're doing the Ashkavot, like you said, right? Mishaderach, right? Why waste time, Have a book with you, open it up, and start to read it. Why waste time, And sit there like looking at the ceiling, Oh yeah, it needs to be painted, the ceiling, I see, right? It needs new paint. Who cares about that? What does that matter to you? So all these things, okay, Baruch Hashem. This is when we read the Torah. You have to give kavod to the Torah. There's no question about that. But the thing is, when it comes to Parashat Zachor, and also another one, Paraduma, same thing, right? This is from the Torah, these two parshiot. So therefore, if a person missed it or he didn't come on time, he has to go to another minyan to hear it, because it's chovav from the Torah. So find another one. Come on time, first of all, right? Don't miss it, Come on time. Make sure you come on time. And listen to him every word he reads, Parashat Zachor. If you miss one word, you got to hear it again, right? No good.
You cannot read by yourself, you have to read
Yeah, that's a good question, right? Can you read by yourself? So no, the answer is no. You need a minyan, to bring out the Sefer. By the way, you're not allowed to bring out the Sefer Torah without a minyan. Asur. It's not kavod for the Torah to come out with less than a minyan.
So that's what,
Yeah.
that means we have to follow everybody, right?
What does that mean?
That means you say, if I read Torah by myself, anyway, I have to read the minyan.
If you, Sefer Torah, not Chumash.
Yes.
I'm not talking about that, right?
For example, Parashat, right? We're talking about.
Huh?
We're talking about the Parashat, right?
Yeah.
People say the bracha, I have to follow each people.
Oh, he's
Like
asking
you
a good
say-
question.
Like you say, like Ashkavot, don't listen to Ashkavot, just keep reading, right?
Yeah, keep reading. Yeah, but the thing
And
is,
I finish the reading, what am I gonna do?
he reminded me now of a good halakha. I wanted to tell you also, what he said. Very important, this, which is that there's also halakha that there is one thing you're allowed to read when they're reading the Torah. You know what that is? Even out loud you can read it, but not too loud because otherwise you're going to bother people. But a little bit out loud you can read. You know what that is?
What is it?
The Parsha Shavua. Because they're also reading the Parsha Shavua. So you're doing the same thing as them. This is allowed. Shtei Mikra Targum, right? There's a special mitzvah. Every week a person has to read the Parsha with the Tzibur. Everybody's obligated to read the Torah himself. Okay, that's very important to know. So that you can read out loud a little bit, not too much, not too loud, right? Because I remember Maharal Shalom Rabbi, he told us, a lot of things about these things. But what I saw was, that on Shabbat in the morning when we were coming for the minyan, you know what he did, right? When they were reading the Torah, not like Rabbi Yitzchak Yosef, his son, not like that. He had a different style. What was the style? He used to read the Parsha together with the Chazan. Why is that? Because he was doing the mitzvah of Shtei Mikra Targum together with the Chazan. You're allowed to do that. It's a mutar. You can do that. So that's okay. You can do that. But anything else, any other Torah, you're not allowed to read out loud. Only the Parashat Shavua. That's it. Right? No, nothing else. Because it's the same thing as the Tzibur. So you're with them. That's good. Baruch Hashem. That's very good. Okay. So now getting back, as we said, the Parashat Zachor. So here, if you missed it, you got to hear another one. Make sure you come on time because it's from the Torah. If you missed it, it's mitzvah aseh, from the Torah. So you missed mitzvah aseh. It's no good, right? It's a big thing. It's not a small thing. There is a way, by the way, to make it up. How do you do it, right? If you missed that day, right, and you weren't able to hear for some reason, right? You slept too much. I don't know. Maybe whatever it was, right? He was fighting with his wife too much. I don't know what happened, right? He forgot about it, right? And now the day is over. Shabbat is over. So what do, right? So what you do is you come in the summer, before Rosh Hashanah. They're going to read it again, right? Right? In the Parsha there, right? Kitavo, right? It's over there. Kitavo. So right there, in the end of Kitavo, they're going to read again the Parsha. But the thing is, since it's a mitzvah from the Torah, and the Chazan, right, the Baal Koreh, right? Our Baal Koreh, by the way, this guy, I have to tell you guys, he's excellent. You're lucky we have somebody like this, He's a top-notch guy, this guy. Young guy, reads like a malach. What are you talking about? It's very hard to find, Baal Koreh, this good. It's not easy to find somebody like this. God bless you, Rabbi. You know what I mean? This guy's good. You know, Maran used to say, Rabbi Shalom, he used to tell us always, you know, there's always a shortage of Bale Koreh, you know? So he says it's a mitzvah to teach more children, you know, how to read. Because always we're lacking, you know? Always is a problem. Who's going to read? Who's going to read? Looking over here, looking over there, you know? I didn't prepare. I'm sorry, I didn't prepare you have to find people, you know, and train them to be Bale Koreh, because there's always a problem with that. Always we don't have Bale Koreh. This is the problem. You know? Okay, whatever, that's another different story. But anyway, right, the point is, so this guy, you know, you should hear from him, Parashat Zachor, because he is good. What's his name, by the way? His first name? Aaron? Aaron Cohen, right? Forget about it. He went to Israel. Okay. When is he coming back? Okay, good. He'll be back before Parashat Zachor? No, I guess not. Okay. All right, there you go. What can we do? All right, Shem Yazdor, what can we do? We'll have to find somebody else, right? Whatever, right? All right, that's Hashem. So prepare good. Hashem. Prepare good. Hashem bless you. Hashem bless you. He reads good. So anyway, right, the point is like this. That Parashat Zachor, you got to make sure. If you didn't hear it, so what you got to do is, you know, over there, when he's reading it in Kitavo, it's a little bit different. Why? Because he's not, because he's not mitkaven, you know, to be motzi dechovah, the mitzvah deoraita. So what you have to do is go up to him, you know, go to him and say, you know what, can you be mitkaven? You know, have me in mind to do mitzvah from the Torah, Parashat Zachor, you know. And this way, you have you in mind, you have him in mind, right? You make it together like that, and that's how you fix the problem. Otherwise, you got a problem over there. Another thing which I want to tell you is also, you know, they say that because it's a mitzvah from the Torah, right, Parashat Zachor, you got to take out the best Sefer Torah you have in the shul, you know, the most kosher one. You know what I mean? Like, not something which is safek, you know, doubt, you know, whatever, right? Stekot, safek deoraita. You got to take out the best one, you know, most kosher Sefer Torah, nice. You know, good one, right? Good letters, beautiful safrut. And also, the Baal Koreh, also, as we said, right, should be a good one, a good Baal Koreh, somebody who knows how to read properly. And also, you know, they say, another thing which is that, you know, we Saradim, I have to tell you, you know, by the way, I have to tell you something really funny. I used to go, you know, in my younger days, I used to go to 108 over there, you know, Bet Gavil, you know, this place, right? At that time, there was a different Tanhala over there. It wasn't the same people that we have today over there. But Rabbi Shimonov was there. Rabbi Shimonov, he was there for a long time already. God bless him. So anyway, right, what I'm telling you is like this, right, that there was one guy over there, I saw him, you know, what he wants to do is like this. He wants to go up, you know, read Parashat Zachor, first Sephardi way, and then Moroccan way, and then Temani way, and then Ashkenazi way.
All day.
How many times do you want to read Parashat Zachor? This is not normal, you know. I'm telling whoever, you know, made up this minhag, he's a shoter, you know. I have to tell you, you know, he's not a smart guy. Shoter, this person, you know. Why do I tell you that? Because when you read it once, you know, that's it. How many times can you do one mitzvah? You know, it's crazy, you know. It's like you pray mincha, you know, 5 times, you know. Yeah, I'll pray mincha Sephardi, and then I'll do Ashkenazi, and then I'll do Temani. What, you crazy? You're nuts. You have to we'll take you to the psychiatrist, you know, to check you. What's with you? How many times you want to do the same mitzvah? You know, this person, you know, people like this, you know, they don't have a masorah because they didn't see the gedolim how they behave. You know, they don't do things like this. I mean, reading 5 times the same thing. You know, one time Ashkenazi, one time this. Who told you these things? Where did you get this from? Huh?
Why do people stay quiet? Why do they not say anything?
Because they think, you know, that this guy is a Hasid, you know, he's a big tzaddik, you know, but really he's a shoteh amaretz. That's what he is, you know. That's what he is.
Rabbi, you tell them that?
Of course I tell them. One time, you know, I was over here at the shul, you know, on the corner. I'll tell you, there was one chazan over there, one Baal Koreh. He wanted to do this. He told me, he said, I'm going to do it like this. I told him, I said, don't you dare. I said, don't do it. I'm not going to let you, you know. And I told him, I said, don't you dare. Read it 1 time and that's it. Gamanu. What are you doing 5 times? What is this, you know? So here's the thing, you know. I have to tell you that Man, Rabbi used to tell us, you know, many times he told us this. Same thing over and over. Over and over. The best miftah, the best accent, the best pronunciation is the Sephardi way. You know, according to the Masoret, you know, of Israel. So you don't, once you did the Sephardi, there's nothing better you can do. You cannot improve that. That's the best there is. Over okay, you understand? So once you did Sephardi, that's it, you're done. There's nothing else to do anymore, you know? What else are you gonna do? This is the thing, you know? So therefore, you should have pride, you know, in your minhag, you know what I mean? And believe in your minhag. And do 1 time and that's it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Rabbi, somebody comes late. They didn't hear, but they can do it. The second time for him.
This is a good question, you see. This is a good question. Can you read the Torah a second time? And the answer is no, not with the same minyan. It has to be a different minyan. You know why? Because that minyan already yatzai dechova. They did the mitzvah already, you know, that's it. So how many times, they also the same thing, right? How many times can you do one mitzvah? You know? So the thing is that when you take out the Sefer Torah, as we said, right, you need a minyan. But the thing is, it has to be also majority, you know, 6 people, 7 people that didn't hear the Torah yet. Otherwise, you know, they already heard that it's not a part of the minyan anymore. They already did the mitzvah. That you're done, they're done. You know? So it has to be 6 people, 7 people who didn't hear the mitzvah yet. And then you can take out the Sefer Torah. This is the way it works, you know? So that's the answer to your question. You cannot do it twice. So you have to go to a different minyan. And also, you know, when they read for the women also, I have to tell you, you know, Maran Rabbi Yalshon, he writes in Chazon Ovadia, sometimes, you know, they read again for the women. You know, they come specially, right, to hear Parashat Zachor in the afternoon, whatever it is, right? There has to be also a minyan at that time, you know, of men. You know, there has to be a minyan. Otherwise, you cannot take, for 1 or 2 women, you cannot take out the Sefer Torah for them. Asur.
So what are you doing? At Mincha, let's say, for Mincha, you're going to take it out, and then for Mincha for Shabbat, and then you can read it for the women?
There has to be 10 men there, you know? Otherwise, you're going to take out the Sefer Torah. So that's the thing, you know? So if you just have like 2 or 3 women, you know, you cannot take out the Sefer Torah for them.
Yeah, but my question is, let's say, can you bring the woman, let's say Mincha, it's 5 o'clock, Mincha for Shabbat.
Yeah.
Can you tell the woman, you cannot take the Sefer Torah, especially for the woman.
Exactly, that's the thing.
So can you, let's say, what, you're going to take the Sefer Torah for Mincha for the next Shabbat, but you're reading on Mincha Shabbat?
Right.
Then you're going to read
Yeah, you can, no problem. Yeah, that you can do. It's already out, you know, it's already out. So you can add one more, you know, without a bracha, right? Very bracha, of course, you know? Right, that's it. You're going to read without a bracha. Yeah, of course, yeah, no problem. That's beautiful. Perfect, right? Perfect. It's a perfecto. So that's what you got to do, you know, make sure. So, what do you call it? That's a very important thing. Another thing I want to tell you also is that, are women obligated for Parashat Zachor? This is the question, you know. A lot of people always asking this question. Do they have to come? So the truth is, you know, that the minhag is that the religious women, you know, who are strong, you know, they come for Parashat Zachor. You know what I mean? The ones who are Yirat Shamayim, they come. So the truth is, it's a machloket, you know, in the poskim, whether women are obligated or not. So what's the basis of the machloket? I'll explain to you, and we'll stop here, and we'll get to do arbit. So there's a machloket about this. Why? Because the truth is, you know, that there's a rule like this in the Torah, mitzvah taseh she'azman grama, nashim pturot. What does that mean? A time-bound mitzvah, time-bound, which is positive commandment. Women are not obligated to do that. But the thing is that this parsha, right, Parashat Zachor, is not time-bound really. The rabbis gave it a time before Purim, but according to the Torah, there's no time for it. So it's not she'azman grama. Understand? It's not she'azman grama. So therefore, the rule is, you know, that this women are also obligated according to most poskim. According to most poskim, women have to hear also Parashat Zachor because it's not Shazman Grama. But there's also another opinion, right? There's also another opinion that says you guys are making Bitul Torah. You know, I hate to say it, but you know, Bitul Torah is a big avera. Please don't interfere when we're saying halacha. So just give me 1 more second. We'll finish right away. Don't worry. I'll let you go home. So, I want to tell you, right, that, as we said, that for women, are they obligated? They really are. But there's the Sefer Chinuch. You know what he says over there? That they're patur. They're not obligated. Why? Because he says that it's not the derech of the women to go out to war, you know, against Amalek. That's the whole thing, right? We want to kill Amalek. We want to destroy Amalek. It's not the women. Women don't go out to Bilchama. So therefore, he says it's not really their obligation to hear this, the mitzvah, because they're not the ones going to wipe out Amalek. It has to be the men. But the truth is, most poskim don't agree with this. So therefore, the women who can come, you know, and they have free time to come, they should come. If they're busy, very, very, very busy, and there's no way for them to come, taking care of children or whatever, so we can rely on the Sefer HaChinuch. Baruch Adonai Le'olam, Amen ve'amen. Rabbi Chanan שאומר, רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא לעוזר ישראל, לפיכך ירבה להם תורה ומצוות שנאמר אדוני חפץ, למען צדקו יגדיל תורה ויאדיר.